I think we can all agree that most of the time, real estate investors start out as bird dogs or finding deals for other established investors. So in today's episode, I'm going to give a little twist on bird dogging and how it can help further your career quicker. So stand by, because we're going to learn how to become a real estate bird dog. All right, let's talk about what a bird dog is, how to be an effective bird dog, how to find the right investor to work with as a bird dog, and then a special little twist that'll add to your repertoire and make a big difference in your life. So what is a bird dog? A lot of this information will be obvious to some of the listeners out there, but some not so obvious. Bird dogs are commissioned deal finders. They go out there into the world and they start kicking around the rocks and stirring up a bunch of dust, knocking on a bunch of doors, finding out who's interested in selling their house for cash now, today. It's a very important job, and a lot of money can be made at this job. The better you get at it, the more you'll make. So let's talk about how to get good at it, and then I'm going to tell you how to get better at it. You get good at it when you understand some strategies to find houses. This is a big topic. There's lots of strategies, from door hangers to door knocking, to sending out yellow letters, to sending out postcards, to text, to emails, to searching county courthouse records. There is a multitude of ways to become an effective and profitable bird dog. But probably the first thing you have to do is find the right investor to work with. Yeah, you could do what the others do and just build a list of all the investors and then shotgun your stuff out to all of them, but wouldn't it be a lot easier and a lot faster and a lot more efficient? And maybe even you could get into a fold easier if you picked one investor, stayed exclusively with them, and anytime you found a real deal, it was going to be bought by that investor because that investor is a real investor. Take me, for example. The bird dogs in my town don't need anybody but me. If it's a deal, I will buy it. Now, there's always a backup plan. If there's a reason I can't, don't, won't, or just as a backup plan, then you have a list of all the other investors in town. And if for some reason, maybe I'm on vacation that week, or it's just the kind of crack house I don't like, then you got a plan B. But for the most part, 99% of the time, I'll be buying this house. And that is where the relationship comes in. And that usually works into you moving from being a bird dog to some kind of permanent assistant, associate, partner in my business. It's happened all the time. Really good bird dogs turn into really good partners. And so that's why I'm telling you to maybe narrow it down to one of the top 2 or 3 investors in your area, because you may want to work yourself into that organization for some real stability. The investors you're looking for, above and beyond anything else, are honest and would never go around you or skate your deal. Number 2, they've got really deep pockets. They're not running out of money. If they don't buy your deal, it's not because they couldn't find the money. And number 3, they're established and have a good name, so that if anyone out there that you're dealing with wants to follow up on the company you're working with, the reports will come back good and favorable. Now we've talked about how to be a successful bird dog and what kind of relationship you might want, but let me take it one step further. And this is how to be a really good bird dog. Is you need to also have that same kind of relationship you have with that one primary investor. You got to have that same relationship with a real estate agent, so that when you're talking to a motivated seller and they just don't want to sell at your price, or they want to sell for market price, then you have a place to take them. Every bird dogger I know, once they hit the point where the motivated seller does not want to make a deal with them, they quit and they go home. Every acquisition guy I know does that. They try to get the price, they try to get the house under contract, they try to get a deal going with them, and the seller just won't sign because he wants more than they're offering. Or they want market price. And as in real estate investors, we can only pay so much, and we certainly can't pay market price. So they just walk away. But if you had the right realtor as an associate right behind you, then you could say, you know what? I'm here to help you. We can't get together on the cash price on this, and I can't buy your house right now today. So let me help you by introducing you to Betty over here, who will list your house and will get you closer to, if not the amount you're asking for. And in today's market, maybe even a little more than you're asking for, because bids are coming in over the asking price. But let me get you an appointment with Betty. And so then Betty comes in and gets the listing and makes a sale and makes that $10,000 commission. And you know, there might be a little upside in it for you somehow. Now, be sure you check with the states and the rules and the regs in your state about sharing commissions with realtors, but there's normally a way to compensate each other. So get a real estate agent right here in your back pocket and make sure that every transaction you do results in business for somebody. If it's not for you, then let's help someone else get some business, because I think this will all come back around. So there you have it. The twist that almost every wholesaler, every bird dog doesn't have. You gotta find that realtor to consummate the deal if you can't buy it. So you gotta get the listing for somebody. They gotta list it with somebody. Someone's gonna sell that house. Make sure you're involved in that team. So you need an investor and you need a real estate agent. No one has a real estate agent in their back pocket. That needs to be you. You need to do that. So that concludes this episode. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to listen. I would love it if you'd pay a little bit of attention to that like and share button over there. As a matter of fact, if you wouldn't mind giving those two buttons some attention right now and poking on them. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We have a lot of content coming your way. For staying to the end of this episode, I would love to give you a free copy of my book plus PowerPoint presentation. So the name of the book is My Life in 1,000 Houses, Failing Forward to Financial Freedom. And there's a PowerPoint presentation about Seller Financing 101, where I go through the basics, the middle, and the end of seller financing. It's about 45 minutes long, and I show you exactly how I made a fortune seller financing houses. All you have to do is go to 1000houses.com/free-stuff. Scroll up and down the home page there until you see a free copy of my book plus webinar. Now, I want to warn you, the book is about 400 pages. I'm going to send you a hard copy in the mail. All I ask is for $7 for the shipping and the handling, which is just basically what it costs to get it to you. And the PowerPoint will be delivered digitally to you right away. So you'll get something right away, and then you'll receive something in the mail, and the total cost would be $7 for the shipping and the handling. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next episode.